Hello and welcome to my channel. Age is just a number and my name is Barbara. This is a channel for women over 40, over 50, over 60, over 70 and beyond who have a love of fashion and beauty. So today I'm going to show you this little look. This is using that JOA foundation again, and I'm also featuring a little e.l.f. palette. These are called the Bite Size eyeshadow, and this one is in rose water. So this is the look that we're going to be doing today. I've got it on right now, so hang tight and I'll show you what the process is. So we'll be back in just a second. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put my mirror maybe a little bit more over here to where I'm actually trying to look at you and see the difference between brushes on a foundation. So I'm going to see if I can do this with this JOA foundation that I did, and I'm also trying to make sure that I'm at the right angle. I wasn't on the last one when I did this foundation. I noticed that I was all doing the eyeshadow. I did it all on one side that you couldn't see. So, and I was called out it in a nice way, but I saw it first too. And I am my worst critic, but I am learning. I'm trying to learn. So I wanted to just bring out two brushes to show you the difference, because I was asked about from one of my friends from high school on Facebook. She wanted to know what the brush was that I used, and this is my all-time favorite brush, which is the Artiste brush. I've had it for several years, but they're really, really soft, dense, packed in bristles, and it's just velvety smooth. So I wanted to compare it, and let's see, this is the e.l.f. foundation blurring brush. Now it is soft as well, but it's domed. So I wanted to see if I could get close enough in. Now I've already put primer on, so I'm gonna shake this foundation up. And what I wanted to do is put a little bit on my hand. It's very runny. So if I can do it right here. Okay. Now I'm going to take this e.l.f. brush, and when I do this, can you see? You really have to work it in because it leaves the lines of the brush. I'm trying to get close enough with this light to see if you can. Okay, now it's not finished yet, but I want to see if I can come over here and do the same spot, the same amount over here. If you can see, when you just swipe, how smooth it is. And it just goes on to perfection. So this over here, you really have to work it more, which means that you're bouncing your skin more. The more you bounce your skin, the more wrinkles that you're putting in it, I believe. So I'm gonna go ahead and buff this out here. It's like you have to keep constantly buffing to get it done. But with this brush, it's just like you just effortlessly slide it and it just goes on. And it's just, now I'll show you on my nose too. Let's see. and then on the chin. Can you see how smooth and easy that goes? Now this is just not me. I mean, everybody else has a different, they like have their own different brushes that they like. This is just my preference, and this is why I like it so much. So it's been around for a few years. There's cheaper brushes, but I haven't found one that I like near as much as this. So I'm going to take back and I'm just going to smooth over the one that I did, because it's the finish. I mean, it just makes it finish so smooth and easy. I'm not one for a full coverage foundation. I worked way too hard on my skincare to keep my skin in a good condition to cover it all up with the full coverage foundation. I want a light to a medium at the most coverage. So that's my thoughts on that. So I'm going to take a little bit on the brush off my hand, hold my hair back, get a bit up close and personal if you can see. And it's done. I mean, to me, it's effortless using this brush, and it just blends it perfectly in. And I've used it, I prefer it with any drugstore foundation, cream, stick, liquid, whatever. It works great with cosmetics, CC cream. It works great with my Lancome stick foundation. It's working very nicely with this foundation. I'm going to take it off my hand now. All right, so the foundation is done. And I keep this clean, so it clogs up if you don't keep it clean, but you know, why wouldn't you keep your brushes clean? So, all right, let's see. I need to do a little bit of concealer underneath the eyes. I'm going to use the e.l.f. concealer real quick. Just tapping it in, just a smidgen, just a smidgen. I don't really have dark circles today, so I don't have to do a whole lot, but I'm just going to tap it in. And then I'm going to take the By Terry hyaluronic acid powder and my little flat, it's a dry sponge flat. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of the powder on it, and you want to tap. Make sure that there's no wrinkles. You've got your warm finger. Make sure that there's no wrinkles. When you touch your warm finger, it kind of just melts it. So you want to keep it at that before it sets, or before the wrinkles come back. And then you quickly put the powder underneath there. And don't worry, you're going to puff it out in a second anyway with the big brush. But see here, got a little bit going on there. So I'm just going to tap it out with my warm finger to make it kind of melt into there. And then I pull it out, stretch it out, make sure that there's no wrinkles under there, and then pat with a little bit of the powder. All right. But you can see I've got powder on there. Now I'm going to use that Believe transparent powder, and I'm going to take the same sponge, and I'm only going to go in probably in my T-zone. A little bit of the nose, around the nose, right in here. Pounce, pounce, pounce it in. And see on the chin, can you see the little creases? I don't know if you can or not. Okay, I'm gonna touch my finger, warm finger, kind of melts it in. And then put the powder on it to kind of set it before those creases come back. Load up it again, press, press, press. All right, so that's all the powder I'm going to put on, but what we're going to do now is take the big fluffy powder brush. Just kind of go over that. Had something there. The powder that was left. Kind of push it in. There. Now, what I'm going to do, oops, this wasn't wet. Hold on, let me get this wet. All right. This is my Real Technique sponge. Got it wet. Dry it off a little bit in a towel. So it's not too wet, just damp, okay? And then I'm going to take, I use either the MAC Prep and Prime, or I really like the Mario Modesto facial spray with aloe, herbs, and rosemary. Kind of depends what I'm wearing. Today, I think I'm just going to do this one. So I'm just going to lightly spritz. And it smells so refreshing. So that needs to set just a second. And while that's drying, what do you think of my nails? I polished my nails. It's a kind of a pale turquoise, something a little bit different from me. So without being able to go to the nail salon, guess what? We do it ourselves. So, and I've also done my own pedicure. So are you ladies doing it yourself as well too? So, or just giving up on it. All right, damp sponge, let that set a second. And then this just kind of makes that powder melt into the skin and creates a very nice finish. All right, so there's the foundation down there. So we need a little bit of bronzer now. This is the bronzing brush. I use either this, or sometimes I use this one here, which is a huge fan brush, but it's really soft. So here, I've shown you this one. I'll show you how I do this one. Let me find a blush that I want to use, a bronzer that I want to use. Let's go in with Too Faced. This is Milk Chocolate Soleil. It's a very pale, and it smells so good. It smells so decadent. So I'm just pouncing it in here, and then I'm going to tap it off. So I'm going to go in here into my cheekbones. I'm just going to brush it lightly here. And then I'm going to go up along the hairline here. And they say, come down, make a 3, and then go under the chin again a little bit. So I'm going to get a little bit more, tap it off, cheek, under the chin, and up here. I don't do it heavy, but I do like a little bit of the color. So there's with some bronzing, and here's without. Without. All right, so tap, tap, tap. So we're going to go to the cheekbones. Very lightly, make it very natural looking. And then take it and So down and do the 3. Okay. All right, so bronzing is done. So I keep this one in the little container, so that's what helps keep its shape, and it's got the little snap-on lid. A lot of the brushes are like that, so that's good. All right, so I'm going to say a little bit of peachy blush today. So let's see. How about this is a good basic one. This is a MAC kit that I've had for a few years, but it's got a, let me open it up. It's got a highlighter. It's got the contour, which is a very light neutral color, and then it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 blushes. So we're going to go into this little peach blush right here and peach up the cheeks. All right. All right. Peach, peach, peach. All right, now I want to take that fluffy powder brush, and what I do is just kind of blend a little bit with it. We'll go back and put some highlighter on it here in a little bit, but there's that. So, all right, so I'm gonna go off here, be right back. I'm gonna go ahead and get my eyebrows done, and I'll come right back. So we're back here. I've got my eyebrows on, and I also put on some of my little Vaseline lip therapy to go ahead and get the moisture in the lips and letting that be sitting there before we go to put some lipstick on. So, all right. Without being able to go to the salon, my highlights, you can tell, are growing out. And believe it or not, at 61, I do not have any gray hair. So what you see, the dark roots, is my natural hair color. My stylist always does. I just let her do whatever she wants to do, but she just puts in the blonde highlights and then some dark, I think she calls it mahogany or something, some darker red, because my hair is basically a reddish brown. But if you can see how long the highlights, let's see, you may be able to see it up here a little bit more. There it is. You can see that I don't have any gray, but you can see where my highlights are. So I'm wondering if I can get a kit to maybe do some wispies of that. If anybody knows anything about or has a recommendation on that, I would love to hear it, to where maybe I could just do a little bit to frame my face so it doesn't quite look so stark that the highlights are gone. So anyway, all right, I'm just playing with my hair. My hair is so straight. So I guess, and it does not hold a curl very well. It holds a curl better after it's been cut, but since I can't apparently get that done right now, I'm just embracing the straightness and using my big, the 2-inch curling iron. But I'm going to try this today because I always put, even though I just wash my hair, because my hair is so fine that it needs something to kind of help give it a little bit of texture and lipstick. So this is, and dry shampoo is my best friend. So, but I haven't tried this before. This is the Got To Be Fresh It Up. I ran out of the one that I had, and so I thought, well, I'll just try this one and see if I can get a little bit of lift and substance with it. So I know Living Proof is a good one that I like, but dang, it's so expensive. So, you know, we're all learning lessons right now. We're learning what we can live without and what we have to have, you know. So some of the things, you know, are just, we'll just deal with it and go on with life. So drinking my water. Ladies, remember, water is one of the best things you can do for your skin. So, all right. So what we're going to do now is I got a little, this is those little $3 e.l.f. Eyeshadow palettes. And I grabbed one at the store the other day. And I thought, well, I thought I would try this right now. Now, because this is, let's see if I can open it up. You can kind of see the colors. They're really, it's, this one is called Bite Size Eyeshadow Rose Water. So this is going to make a really perfect transition shade. And then in the outer V, and then one of these on the eyelid, maybe this one, and then in the inner corner. So we'll see what we get. But because this is kind of a purplish type, what I want to do is go ahead and do my tight lining. And I had another friend of mine from high school ask me about what I like to tight line with. And my favorite, hands down, are the Chanel stylos. Now, trying to find the one that I want. And it is called C-A-S-S-I-S, Cassis? Anyway, C-A-S-S-I-S. Oh, so what I'm going to do is pull it up a little bit, and then I'm going to tight line. Now, I'm not trying to get the eyelid. I'm trying to get the lashes from underneath to rub it into the lash line. Not necessarily the lid, but the lash line from underneath. So if I make a mistake, this will easily wipe off with a Q-tip before I put the eyeshadow on. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to try and show you how I'm doing this. But I've got my mirror right here. So I'm going to hold it up. So do you see how I'm rubbing it into the lash line? Some will get on the bottom, but see, I still believe that at our age, ladies, we don't have to look like raccoons. So keeping your eye open will make you look younger. Keeping the eyes, the white part of your eye, if you get up and your eyes are bloodshot, before you put your makeup on, put some Visine in there, get that out of there. So, but if you put a bunch of dark around the top and the bottom, you are closing that eye off, and that is not good. So, all right, so I've got that rubbed in there. Can you see? Trying to hold the lash. Sometimes if you push it, it'll come up like that. You can see. I'm just going into the lashes. Yes, it's going to get on there a little bit, but not as much. So, all right, there's that eye with it into the lashes on the bottom and without. So let's go into this one and do the same thing. I'm taking my finger and pushing up on it. and just rubbing it into the lash line. This way, using your finger to push on it from above, you're not messing any eyeshadow up if you do this beforehand. Sometimes I forget, yeah, and then I have to go back and do it. But I would prefer, if I remember, if I'm taking the time, to do it like so. All right. So we're going to take our dropping things on the sink here. I really got to get set up someplace else. I'm working on that. All right, I'm going to take my switch pan. Love me a switch pan. And this tapered brush. Remember, smaller brushes are the mature eyes friends. So we're going to take this little small tapered brush, and I'm going to go into that shade that I said would make a great transition color. We're going to see how that goes. Pounce, 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 and tap, tap, tap. And it's a daytime look, so I'm not going to do anything real heavy, but you can see it does show up a little bit, so let's just keep working with it here. All right. And I'm going from my brow bone in, brow bone in. All right, so far. Now I'm going to take my fluffy brush and just kind of lightly go over it, blend. All right, so I'm going to take this little paddle brush here, and I'm going to go into this the dark shade here, and I'm putting it on, see if you can do, I'm just wiping it through here, so I'm kind of getting it beveled on there. And tap it off. Now what I want to do is from the end of my eye, I'm just going to start brushing it lightly, brushing it up to where that transition is. So we're creating a lifting look. Ladies, do not do anything to let your eyes drag down. That will age you. So get over here, and we're going to start there, and we're going to take it in. So we have that V going on. So now we're going to take our blending brush and just start lightly blending. Blend, blend, blend. All right, so you can see it's making that shadow there. So we're going to go back in with that brush, see if there's anything left on it, and come inside the eyelid a little bit as well. All right, so we have that on there. Make sure I'm blending enough. All right, so I'm going to take another little brush. Let's see. Find another little brush. Hello, little brush. Okay, this one is a I don't know what it is, but it's just a little brush. Small brushes, ladies. All right, we're going to go into this second color right here. Now this is a shimmer color. I'm going to put a little bit on here. So we're going to do the eyelid over here, right smack in the center. Oh, that's pretty. What do you think? Isn't that pretty? Okay, so I'm going to go into the switch pan, and then I'm going to go into this very light color right here and do the corner part of the eye, or closest to the corner of it, with this color. Into that one, so you can see, let's see, and kind of brush that. That's very pretty. These colors are pretty. All right, so what I'm going to do here to finish this eye off with that, I'm going to take a little, this is another small little brush, but wait a second, I changed my mind. I can do that. I'm going to take this little elf brush, little bitty elf brush, and it doesn't have a name. It's called concealer brush. It's a little bit of concealer. I guess if it was just for a little zit or something, maybe. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to use these two for under the eye a little bit. So I'm going to go in with the first one, with the lighter one, this one right here, and I'm going to start in this, right where my lashes start. I'm just going to go under here and lightly put it in there. Okay, to about the center, and then I'm going to brush it off, and I'm going to go into that dark one right here. And then I'm going to go here. And kind of marry those two lightly together to where that kind of, and then brush it up a little bit to kind of go with that. We're not going for deep and dark and everything. This is just a everyday pretty look. Now, something that my friend Dana had asked when we're talking about the eyeliners, she was saying that, you know, that she finds some that when you tight line, they tend to go on the bottom one, and that can be, you know, it's okay for nighttime if you're wanting a heavy look and everything, but for during the day. But these liners that I was showing you, the Chanel, they're quite expensive compared to the drugstore ones, but they're really good. If you put it into the lash line, it doesn't happen near as much. And I just wanted to show you on this that a little bit maybe did transfer, but not that much. So what I'm going to do is my little container of, I keep these little Q-tips. These are really good for different things, but it's not a regular Q-tip. You've got a flat, rounded one on one side and then a pointy one on the other. So you don't want to lick it, you don't want to wet it. I just want to hold it down, and then I'm just going to gently wipe the bottom of the eyelid off. And you can see that whatever there comes off. Now, you can, if you wanted to put another color on there, you certainly could to make it pop. Sometimes I like to use a white or a beige in there, and it helps open that eye up. So today, let's just do a little bit of a white one, white pencil here, and I'm just going to gently put that in there. All right. So that's one eye, and then, oh, let me finish this off. I have a little bit of a, where is it? Oh, here it is. it's just a little eyebrow highlighter. And I'm just going to take my little finger, my third finger in it, and just get a little bit on it, you see? And then I'm just going to brush underneath there with that, under the eyebrow with that. So, all right, I'm going to go and do the other eye and put some mascara on, and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. Got some mascara on, lip primer. I'm going to, let's see, use Makeup Forever lip liner. I've got to get going because I have got to, and please nobody tell, I've got to go out and meet a client. They're closing tomorrow on their first home. So it's a beautiful home in the historic Fairmont addition in Fort Worth. And we've got to do the walkthrough this afternoon. So I have to leave my house to meet them there to get this walkthrough done. All right, so lip liner, and then I'm going to take this. This is that AWOL that I did in the last one. Such a pretty color. So, all right, so this is my look for today with this. Did this foundation, and I wanted to show you this eyeshadow palette. So, hang tight. All right, so this is the final look. You saw it in the first one anyway, but I just wanted to kind of bring you in up close and everything. This is the eyeshadow palette, and it is right here. This is a little e.l.f. foundation, not, excuse me, e.l.f. foundation, but the little e.l.f. Bite-size eyeshadow palette. So today what we're going to do is we're going to put this into the giveaway box. So come around, let me see, I'm gonna have to turn this around, and then I thought I'd show you my outfit of the day. I'm fixing to go out and meet a client, so don't tell anybody. Shh. And if you're quiet, then I'll show you the house because it's a really beautiful house. So hold on. All right, so here's the e.l.f. eyeshadow palette, and we're going to put it into the giveaway box there. Close the lid, and then I'm going to turn you around, whoops, and show you my little outfit of the day. It's as a top by AWOL and some jeans by Rag & Bone. They're kind of distressed on the ends. See if you can get kind of closer to see that. They're a little bit longer in the back than they are the front. And then these cute little beige sandals by Steve Madden. So let's go take a look at this house, and it's a really pretty house, so I thought I'd show you. And this wonderful cute little couple, and they're expecting their first child, so it's in a historic neighborhood. So hold on, let's go take a look. All right, I'm here in the car, and oh geez, their helicopter just went over. Hope it's not a police coming for me since I'm out and I'm AWOL. All right, so this is my, I guess, my first time to actually come out and do any type of vlogging for any in the middle of one of my videos. So if you like this information, if you like a vlogging style, if you would, let me know in the comments below if you want to see me do some vlogging of a normal day and just different things that I do. So I know I enjoy watching some of the others, but I didn't know if there was any interest in it or not. And also check out these sunnies. These are, let's see, where's my thing here? These are the Swarovski sunnies, and I don't know if you can see the thing on there, but they're gold, and they've got little Swarovski crystals on there, so they're so pretty. And I actually have a collection of sunglasses, designer sunglasses. So if you would like to see a video on my designer sunglasses, let me know, and I can put that together as well too. I know I've got a list of all different kinds that I'm working on. So anyway, I digress. I'm going to turn you around and show you the front, just the front of this little house here in a second. So hold on. All right, I just finished my walkthrough with my client, and I'm going to turn around and show you, if you can see behind me, this cute little house. There it is. Oh, in this historic Fairmont neighborhood. Isn't that cute with that big porch? There's a porch swing on there. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. All right, ladies, I'm going to sign off here. So remember what I tell you every day. Get up and show up, and just keep doing it. Keep doing it. These are tough times right now, but just keep doing it. And I will see you in my next video. So stay safe and be blessed. Bye.